Hello, my name's Saral, and welcome to my music project, Polarity Code. I have a really special video to share with you today. Just thinking about the contents of this video makes me emotional. My music journey has been insane. It's a miracle that I even have a music project. Today I'm going to tell you about the story of my voice. It's a story that started 20 years ago when I randomly decided to learn how to sing. I'm also going to share some audio clips that I promise you don't want to miss. Let's get started. I played a few different instruments growing up. I played the flute in middle school, the guitar in high school, and dabbled in piano for a short while in between. And the same exact thing happened for all three instruments. 30 to 45 minutes after I began practicing, my hands would sweat profusely. It was gross and really stunted my development as a musician. I saw doctors, I tried home remedies, but nothing really helped. So when I was a freshman in college 20 years ago, I wanted to try an instrument that wouldn't require my hands. This criteria left me with pretty much just one option, the voice. And that's when I decided to learn how to sing. Something I had never done before. I signed up for voice lessons with a music professor, and it was a complete disaster. I literally couldn't sing. I had a half octave range, couldn't stay on pitch, and had absolutely no breath control. At the end of our first lesson, my teacher justifiably told me, "Saral, honestly, you're the worst singer I've ever heard. I know you paid for one semester's worth of lessons, but I'll refund you the money as there's no point in continuing." I didn't tell him about my sweaty hands and that the voice was my last musical option. I simply told him that if he didn't mind, I would like to continue taking lessons. And that's what I did. For the next 2 years, I practiced nearly every day. No matter what I had going on, I found a way to practice at least 1 hour. I was making minor improvements, but I was still absolutely terrible. Nevertheless, at the beginning of my junior year of college, I decided to start a band. I posted flyers around campus, conducted auditions, and ended up forming a rock band. Being in that band was by far the highlight of my college experience. I couldn't believe that I got to jam and perform with such amazing musicians. But about 1 year after I formed the band, I was kicked out. Though it was devastating, I agreed with the band's decision. Why did I agree? Well, listen for yourself.
Fuck the shower! Fuck the ship! It doesn't matter, like sound in a cave. Worries are gone with the money and fame. This way is better, no one knows my name.
My goodness, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, the vocals are out of tune. I have no breath control. My placement is dreadful, and the melody is lifeless. I don't think we can earnestly define that as singing. Here's the thing though, not for 1 second did I consider quitting. I didn't care about the fact that after 3 years of constant practicing, I was probably still the worst singer in the world. For whatever reason, I just really enjoyed it. And so I kept going. I ended up training my voice for 10 years. During this time, I trained with 5 different voice teachers with the simple goal of learning the fundamentals of singing. I didn't perform or join a band or work with any other musicians. I just practiced in my home for fun nearly every day. And after all that practicing, I was finally able to sound like this.
Che pieno costume da leggero nome che forza di bene si faccia adorar, che forza di bene si faccia adorar. E pur nell'ardore io di un traditore con vago sembiante mi fei idolatra.
Though this performance has room for improvement, I still can't believe that I learned how to sing like that. It's interesting. When you go online and find videos of kids singing opera, you kind of assume that singing is an innate skill that can't be learned. But I've come to realize that singing, along with anything else, can absolutely be learned. In hindsight, it took me about 7 years before I finally felt comfortable calling myself a singer. A long time for sure. People often ask me why I didn't quit, and why I continued practicing even though I clearly had no natural ability. 2 things come to mind. First, I just really enjoyed the journey and the daily grind of practicing. I liked learning a new technique and spending months trying to perfect it. Second, I always believed that I would eventually turn the corner. Or, more accurately, I always believed that my street had a corner to turn on. And you know what? Yours probably does too. So, if you have a genuine love for something, never stop doing it. Despite what anyone tells you, never stop progressing. Even if you are justified to be called the worst singer in the world. Thank you for watching.